How to make a product you are proud to sell. Previously, we discussed that the first product you create for your business is a minimum viable product. Now we are getting ready to make your minimum viable product. But why are we making it? So you can sell it. Recently, I had a good friend who wrote and self-published a book. What an accomplishment. I could not be more proud of him. Afterward, he said to me, "Now I need to write the book I meant to write." He spent well over a year writing and self-publishing that book, but he had a really hard time selling it because he didn't feel proud of it. So now he is writing a second book, and I hope he does feel like he finally wrote the book he meant to write. His experience is very common. Creating a product you are excited to sell isn't easy, especially when it's your first one. The main reason that it's hard to create a product you are proud to sell is that it's the nature of the creative process to start with a million enticing ideas and end up with something entirely different from what you originally had in mind. Usually what seems so clear in your head is a lot harder to make real. It's inevitable that you are going to feel let down. Often at the end of a project, people see all the things they didn't do that they intended to, and they can't appreciate what they have accomplished. Of the 100 or so books I've written, the 50 or so online courses I've designed, and the hundreds of engineering and software products I've been a part of launching, every single one started with a big dream and ended up with something less than the original vision. People who spend their professional careers creating products understand that the things they create always turn out quite differently from the original concept. We expect it, but companies also have to sell those products. Creating a product is a project. The company creating the product begins the work at a point in time, and then the company launches it and the creative work is done. During the time they are working on the new product, product creators will encounter all kinds of unique problems to solve. To make sure that everyone in the company feels that they can stand behind their products, product creators use systems to help them stay the course as much as possible. These systems also help them tap into their creative energy, so there is an excitement as something completely unexpected takes shape. Professional project management is a step-by-step process that you follow to complete a long project, ideally on time, on budget, and with a fantastic result at the end. A project management process also helps manage expectations along the way, just in case the deadline gets fudged, the budget is blown, or the result isn't so fantastic, which honestly has been most of the projects I have been on. I once worked on the launch of a new cell phone. After a year of work, we were finally starting to sell the phones. That's when our aggravation with our computer system reached a head. We decided to replace it, the most important piece of equipment in the whole system. We spent $1 million to replace the computer we'd been testing with all year with a new, untested computer. Fortunately, the new system was much better as we expected, and everything went smoothly with the launch. My manager did have a tough time explaining to the executives why we were spending an unplanned $1 million, though. A big company has $1 million extra to spend to smooth out a problem. Small startup businesses don't. The biggest resource that a small business has is the time of its founders. The reason to launch a very small product is to use your time as wisely as possible. The reason to use a project management process is the same: to be thoughtful about the choices you are making, mindful of your own time, and to have a way to manage your emotions. Likely, if you are aggravated with your website software or your product manufacturer or a friend who is helping you, you won't have $1 million to figure out how to fix it. Another way of saying this is that project management is a way to practice compassion, to fall short of the intention and still move forward. A product creation process is a form of project management. Each time a company creates a new product, it follows the same set of steps each time so they can create products they are proud to sell. Products that make money, that are innovative, and that customers love to use. By having a product development process, a company creates a complete product line more quickly, using fewer resources and with better results. We discussed previously that your minimum viable product is the first in a complete line of products and services that you are building for your company. Since your business will be involved in creating many products, you will use the experience of creating the MVP as a template for creating your next product. In this course, you will be following the product development process I designed for you. You can then adapt my materials for your own business. In this course, you will use a 6-step process. The steps are dream, plan, create, price, deliver, and wrap up. You'll learn about the role of each step through hands-on exercises. You previously learned that a project always has a start and an end. The project starts with a project kickoff, but it does not end with the product launch. After the product launches, there's a final step to wrap everything up, to store the files away, and record your experience while it's still fresh in your mind. A project has a start and an end, but the product creation process doesn't. The reason that a project ends with a wrap-up stage is to prepare for the next project with this product. Once you create your minimum viable product, at some point in the future, you will start a new project to improve upon it. In between launching your minimum viable product and starting your next version of it, you have some time to breathe. Now that customers are buying and using your product, you will start selling it. As you sell, you will talk to potential customers by phone, email, and messenger chat. As you try to sell it, you will learn a lot about how your customers are responding to what you created, the questions they ask about it, and you will learn who you enjoy helping and who you do not. Also, hopefully you will hear from people who purchased. And if not, you are going to ring them up. You are going to beg them to talk to you. You will take them to lunch. You will offer them money to talk to you. You will buy them gifts. Just short of torture, you are going to make them talk. Your customers will tell you what they hate about your product, what they love about it, all the ideas they have for what they would do if they were making a similar product. They'll tell you how they are using it in ways you would never have dreamed about. They'll tell you about the problems they are having that they think that you could help them with. Basically, they'll invent your next product for you. In a previous lesson, we discussed how a business should serve your needs for connection, creativity, and stability, and that the very first need we are focusing on is connection. The need for connection is filled by having customers and creating relationships with them. The minimum viable product gives you a way to get some real customers to talk to, and that makes all the difference. Real customers are invested in your business. They spent their money and time. Did your product meet their expectations? In what way did your product fall short? When they are purchasing from you and they learned about your company and your vision, what excited them? What did they think you'd be able to help them with? Also, during the time in between, you will get a chance to reflect on your own experience. You'll have time to reflect on your process, on the product, and on the people you are selling to. Some things will feel right. These indicate that your needs are being met. Some things will feel off. These indicate the needs that are not being filled. We talked in the Get a Business section about how to make a sculpture. To get to the final form, you chip away everything that is not the statue. We spoke about how your missteps help you see what your business is not going to be, and these things that resonate point you toward the heart of what you are creating. We spoke about how everything that feels like a mistake is like another chip coming off the stone to reveal what is beneath. The time in between the end of one project and the start of the next is when you chip away to reveal what is beneath. It's only by trying something and have it feel not right that you learned what your business is not. Your business will always be evolving, but during the first year or so, you'll be chipping away to reveal a rough shape, and once you have that shape, you will be refining it. Product development is a cycle of trying, failing some and succeeding some, figuring out what went wrong and what went right, then trying again. Each time you learn something new about your customers and about how your business works. A business is not a static thing. It will never feel done. It's always a work in progress. Remember my friend who said, "I need to write the book I intended to write"? He didn't fail. He didn't know what book he intended to write until he tried. It was only after trying to write a book and then learning from the people who bought it that he was able to get clear on his own ideas. His product creation process is working exactly as it should. He learned about how to push himself to get the writing done, who was a good editor, who was a good test reader, the software he enjoyed using, the software that didn't work as he had hoped, the software he didn't have time to learn, but that excited him. He learned how to self-publish a book. He learned how to reach people. He learned who bought the book and about their needs. All of that information that he learned will help him write a better book this time around for the people that he enjoys helping. This book will be a lot closer to what he intended to write in the first place. You have time to figure it all out, and if you follow a process, it will help you deal with the emotions that will point you toward your own needs.